You know, one of the most popular topics that I get requests from mentoring clients, coaching clients, even executives that I advise, is they ask, Shawn, how do I get more done in less time? I want to share with you a few ideas that I think will change your perspective around managing your time. You know, time is that resource that we all have a limited amount of, and it's equal. There is no more time in the day for you than me. But what's important is how we choose to spend that time. What I tell my clients is this: if you want to improve your productivity, if you want to get more done in less time, you need to change your habits. We all develop bad habits. Myself, I find if I'm sitting at a desk, it's very easy for me, every time that little number shows up on my Mac mail, to want to jump in and answer that email. So you know what I do? I turn off email. I don't just close it, I turn it off, because I know that for myself, my bad habit is if I see a number change, I see a digit change, if I hear a ding, I want to run to it like Pavlov's dog. And that's wrong. That's not productive. So if you think about changing your habits, what I want to do is give you a system that I use and I've helped other clients use in order to prioritize what's important to them. And what I want to suggest to you as well is that it's beyond simply business. When you think about the four predominant areas that we typically want to focus our energy in, it comes down to business, family time, personal time, and of course, health. We want to be able to spend time sustaining our health. Here's the system that I help others use. First off, identify those four areas for yourself. Write them down on a piece of paper and leave lots of space between them. Once you've written them down, identify your top 2 or 3 objectives that you'd like to achieve in each area. So what are the 3 key objectives you'd like to achieve in your business today? What are the 3 key objectives you'd like to achieve relative to your family, relative to your personal time, or even relative to health? If you will only come up with 1 or 2, that's fine, but I'm going to limit you to 3 for the purpose of this exercise. Once you've identified those objectives for each of the 4 key areas, pick one only. Pick the most important one to you today. That's step number 2. Step number 3, identify the 3 key actions necessary to achieve that objective. And let me give you an example here when we wrap up. I'll give you one more step and I'll bring it back to an example. And once you've identified the 3 key actions for each objective that you've identified, then what I want you to do is pull out a calendar and schedule time weekly to work on those objectives. So let me show you how this would work. Relative to health, if I decided I wanted to lose 10 pounds, there's a couple things I would do. My objective is obviously under health to lose 10 pounds. Before I identify the actions I need to take, I would probably speak to somebody like a personal trainer. And I would say, hey, I want to lose 10 pounds. Number one, is that reasonable, a reasonable goal for a guy like me? I would suggest to you if I lost much more than 10 pounds, there wouldn't be much sitting here. But nonetheless, set the goal, but I get somebody who's educated to tell me, yes, 10 pounds is reasonable. My next logical question is, how would you suggest I do that? Give me the 3 things I should be focusing on. And they'll probably say regular exercise, a healthy diet, and lots of rest. So, okay, when I think about those things, what do they mean to me? Rest. How much rest? 8 hours a night. Okay, I need to schedule in my calendar, I'm moving ahead here, to make sure I try and get as close to 8 hours of sleep a night, or 8 hours within a 24-hour period that I can. Diet, what does that mean? Give me some meal plans and let me plan out. Maybe each day I'm preparing my lunch for that day. So you can see how you take one priority, you set 3 key actions for that priority, and then you schedule them into your calendar as to what you need to do, and you work on them weekly. Now here's the key to this system working. If you've identified that these are your real priorities, then nothing else matters. Let's assume for a moment you go out for dinner. You have a couple drinks, you come home, it's late, you just want to go to bed, you don't want to stay up and prepare your lunch for the next day. That's fine, but guess what the first thing you're going to do tomorrow is? That's right, prepare your lunch. If you don't treat these as priorities, what you're going to do is fail the system, so it will not support you. And more importantly, you're sending mixed messages to your subconscious. You're saying something's a priority, but you're not holding yourself accountable to take the action to make it a priority. And you're the only one that can hold yourself accountable to achieving your objectives. So I'll suggest that you try this system, but if you need help with the system, feel free to reach out. Contact me via email, or feel free to pick up the telephone and give me a call. All of that necessary information is on my website under the Contact tab, or you can even reach out on social media. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to see how this system is working for you, and I'm happy to offer more suggestions if it will be of help to you to get more done in less time.